This is Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com. I am Topher. With me, as always, is Crazy Chris.
What's up?
And this week we're going to be talking about, we made a video last week. And the person we were talking about actually made a comment back. Of course, we made a video, then a whole bunch of other people made a video, and it has been a talk because there's articles written and all sorts of other fun stuff. But now he has made a response. Yes, I am talking about Pablo Schreiber. We're talking Halo again because, why not?
Two things. One, Pablo Schreiber has not learned, don't feed the trolls. And number two, Pablo Schreiber has not learned the internet
always wins
and will always remain undefeated. You cannot engage the monster that is the internet. You will lose. And I cannot wait to be a part of that losing streak for Pablo Schreiber. God, man, we talked about it on the show. Okay. Arrogant, classless, elitist pig. That is my opinion of him in general.
But before we get into all that, this is Geek Public Radio. Go check out geekpublicradio.com.
Well, now I got to get off my soapbox. Hold on.
For all of the fun stuff that we talk about and do all over the intertubes. I'm trying to actually pull that up because, be fancy. And I'm failing.
No, not doing good over there?
No,
Is it not working out for you?
No.
Okay,
we
great.
change so much stuff all of the time, so it takes a minute for stuff.
We weren't ready. Anyways, like Topher said, you can find all of our cool stuff on geekpublicradio.com. All of our previous videos, all of our future videos will be embedded in that website. You guys can check us out. Make sure you do that, geekpublicradio.com. If you are checking us out on YouTube, make sure you click like, click subscribe, and the little ring-a-ding-a-ling-ding bell button. That way you can be notified every single time that we go live. So when we talk about things like this, when we drop hot news, you guys will get to hear it straight from the two angry gentlemen yelling at clouds. So that is what we would love for you guys to do. We always talk about a variety of things too, man. So it's not just, we don't typically harp back on another video. We typically do what we do. Then we just kind of move on.
But he called us out.
He called us out. So we got to respond, right? We got to respond. We don't have any choice. And I want to disclaimer this and say, I've never met Pablo Schreiber in person. Not particularly really want to at this point because I'm probably liable to say something like, I don't care, you're just a dude to me. I know I'm sorry. We work on movies, actors and actresses. They're just people like you and me. They're not any different. They all, and some of them are just batshit crazy.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, the amount of crazy that it sometimes gets packaged in with actors and actresses is kind of wild. I partied with him. I've drank with him. I've sat down. I've listened to him cry. I seriously, when I tell you that, this is not me flexing. I have just
We've
learned.
had them on set.
Right. I've
or we will have them on set.
Yeah, I've acted alongside them. These people are just people, right? So at the end of the day, Pablo Schreiber's just a dude to me. He's just a gym bro. In my opinion, he's just a gym bro that makes money.
I was gonna say a dude bro.
A dude bro. He's been in a lot. But I don't want to insult dude bro. They're awesome. They do some funny stuff. But Pablo Schreiber decided that he wanted to wade back into the ring that is the internet and just kind of double down on what he said with him, of course, telling us that we're wrong because we just don't know this. We don't know the story and we're not giving it a chance. I mean, it's been an entire season. If I have to give it another season for it to be a chance, I don't know what freaking logic are you using? You get an episode, maybe two. And if you don't catch my attention, see you the F later.
All right. So, according to IGN, Halo actor Pablo Schreiber, if you don't agree with the helmet coming off in the show, you don't like our show.
What?
Duh.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're saying, bro. This is an entire thing.
Literally.
But this is also true. So I like this too, right? Are you ready for this? If you don't like the fact that they ruined 7, 8, and 9, episode 7, 8, and 9 of Star Wars, you don't like Star Wars. No, dude, not true. I love Star Wars, the movie. I love Star Wars shows. I love all of those things.
Star Wars, the action figures.
I love the action figures,
Star
the
Wars,
trading card game, all of it.
No, that was Spaceballs.
I know. The lunchbox. I love the flamethrower. I love all of things Star Wars, universally speaking. Do I think Disney ruined it? Yup. Do I think that there could be a Halo TV show that wouldn't be garbage with Pablo Schreiber not in it? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, sure do.
I started writing it. Like literally, I have a whole first episode that would be perfect.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm sorry, there are elements of that show that are good. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the entire show is hot garbage and trash.
No, it's
not. There are elements that are good.
That are okay. Like I like
Pablo Schreiber taking his helmet off to prove a point is not one of those things that's good.
Right. You're literally just trying to prove that you're relevant and you need to have your FaceTime.
Right. You're chasing clout and it's gross. Stop. You come from a long line of actors and actresses in your family. Stop. Liv Schreiber isn't chiming in on your behalf. He might at this point. I don't know. I hope not. I like Liv Schreiber. I think he's freaking awesome. I think his portrayal of Sabretooth is one of my favorite acting chops for him ever. That was great. Loved it.
Right.
Pablo Schreiber? No, not so much. Not really so much at all.
It's almost like Pablo would be like, I can't do anything with all of these facial appliances. They need to see more of my face.
So he's got. I've been catching some flack from a friend of mine who's a Pablo Schreiber diehard fan.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, I'm apologizing that they're
for her.
For her.
Yeah. Den of Thieves, I guess she said, was really good. William Lewis and her. This is her. Okay, so I'm gonna call her out a little bit, but I'm not gonna call her out by name.
Right.
She knows who she is. William Lewis was his best to me by far. Toe to toe with Mariska Hargitay, gave me chills and bothered my soul. Right. Okay, cool.
No,
I've not seen it. I've not seen that movie, so I don't know.
I like him in American Gods. I just don't like him in Halo, and I think he's taking a wrong tack with saying with trying to defend the helmet off thing.
Yes, and I feel like, and that's what my general problem is. I have not seen those other things. I saw him in American Gods. I don't think it was terrible. I just never really liked the show. I just never got into it. It just wasn't for me.
Right.
I'm also kind of more. I veer more toward the religious. So I try to I stay away from things that maybe might be a little bit more blasphemous. That doesn't mean I can't enjoy things. I mean, I love horror movies, so come on. I mean,
American Gods actually is more of a like pro-religion.
It's extremely satirical too, and I get that, right? And I completely understand that, but it's
because it's basically the old religions trying to fight back against the new things that are catching our worship.
Right. I'm trying to find the exact quote that he made here. Hold on a second. Where did we go here? Oh, that's not the one I was looking for.
So I know when the thing is, Halo actor Pablo Schreiber has doubled down on his stance on the Master Chief helmet coming off, insisting that it's impossible to make a show if you don't like the fact that the Super Soldier takes off his helmet.
Yeah. Right.
It is impossible to like the show if we don't like the helmet.
Yeah.
That's why we're complaining.
It's the entire point, bro. You're making a character, you're making a show called Halo, which involves almost universally Master Chief. You're portraying the character Master Chief, which is a beloved character.
I think we said the only one that doesn't have it is Reach.
Right. Correct. I think there is one more besides that. But still, the point is you're portraying the character from that series. And there's never been an introduction or a comic line or anything else to soften the blow of you just going in there, yanking that IP, bastardizing it, turn it into something that you want so you can have your face shown on television.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
Get off it.
Here's the thing, and I've said this before. Filmmakers and production companies love taking an IP, changing it, so when anybody uses that version of the IP again, they get paid.
Yeah.
You're literally watching this. You're not doing it for the fans. You're doing it because you have people who say that you're like the people who are Halo fans that you're counting on to come in and pad your numbers while you try to attract people who aren't interested in the IP to begin with.
Absolutely.
So you make it a generic space show, and
then you just use familiar elements to try to draw a gamer crowd in. Yeah.
And
here's what
how many times do we have to tell you that's not what we want when we're fucking looking for these games or looking for these.
And this is what pisses me off. And this is the elitism. This is the.
At least we waited the 30 or like a minute or a couple minutes before we started dropping bombs.
Hey, listen, we're doing pretty good, all things considered. But this is a Schreiber quote. People who don't feel the helmet was necessary to come off, they're at such an early conception of what the show could be. It's been a fucking season, dude. There's not an early conception anymore. Right now, what you've done is you've established the fucking story. You have set up the show as what it is. So we're not at an early conception, A. B, don't ever presume my intent or my mind or how I perceive something. That is such an elitist bullshit answer. It pisses me off.
You don't understand my art. Your art
is trash.
It is to be consumed by other people. If the other people are, this is where like the people fighting back against whatever, like, oh, you're just saying that because you're right wing, or you're saying it because of this. Yeah, literally, that argument is because you don't like my stuff and it hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
you hurt my feelings.
But this is the whole thing. The presumptuousness of that statement is this is why I'm saying, Pablo, I'd have not seen you in these other things, and I'm willing to give it a chance to see if you are actually a good actor, because I know a lot of actors that are good at what they do and they're assholes.
Yeah,
not Kurt Russell. Russell Crowe comes to mind immediately. Dude is a bona fide dick. Christian Bale, bona fide dick, 100%. But you know what? They're good at their craft. They're extremely good at what they do. I won't take that away from them. Do I want to hang out with them and drink a beer? Probably yes, because it would be cool for me to have that story and say, dude, I hung out with Christian Bale, had a beer. But would I want to be friends with them? No, probably not. They're dicks.
I hung out with this dude and watched him like beat 3 people up.
It was crazy. We're down the Australian outback, man. He just jumped on top of a kangaroo, punched it in the face, and said, "Get off my set." And that was Christian Bale. That wasn't even. But
if that's not canon, it is now.
It is now. So that's a thing that happened. But he goes on, and this is the part of it that makes me angry more than the previous presumption of my perception. I can't stand that. But he says, in order to examine the discrepancy between these two versions of the character, you can't tell that story without taking the helmet off. If you don't agree with the helmet coming off in the show, you don't like our show. So there's no point in discussing it. Well, then here's an idea, Pablo. Shut the fuck up. Stop discussing it.
Here's an idea, Pablo.
Ding.
How about stop doing the show?
Ding.
If you're upset about people telling you that they disagree with the way that the show is being run, stop doing the show.
I'm sorry. Like you don't like our show, so there's no point in discussing it.
Or how about this?
People don't like your show, so you don't want to talk about it? Really, bro?
How about this? Don't be Master Chief.
There you go.
You literally be any other Spartan.
Or yeah, there it is. Any other Spartan. Perfect.
Be random Joe Schmo Spartan.
You know what was
552.
You ever seen Red versus Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great series. And you know what they never did?
They never were Master Chief.
They never were Master Chief. And you know what else? You know what else was great about that? Never took their helmet off. And it was a freaking hilarious show. And every single one of them were able to convey emotion, feeling, mostly through the form of comedy. But you know how they did it?
With their voices?
With their voices.
Yeah.
It's a crazy freaking concept.
It's just crazy, yeah.
It is just crazy, duh. So anyways, I'm so tired of people who live these very bubbled, outside of reality lifestyles, presuming how other people think.
Right.
And thinking it's so obnoxious.
My interpretation of it is the only interpretation. No, literally be fucking Joe Schmo 742.
Right.
We don't care.
I don't need you to be John 117.
If you could tell a cool Halo story the way that you're wanting to tell a cool Halo story, just be somebody else.
Right. You adopted the mantle of Master Chief.
But keep the in-world lore.
Right. Just, yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. I'm not apologizing for my opinion. I'm just not.
The opening scene that I wrote would have been off the chart, the most watched opening episode of a season.
Now who's a Hollywood elitist?
No. Because you think about it. Like, you start off on the deck of a ship. Just random.
Is it a big deck?
It's a big deck.
Is there a
big black deck?
Perfect.
But so you start on the thing, and you hear the engines down, engine set to 0, yada yada yada, coming over the thread, and you're watching 2 Marines walking down the gangway,
right?
And they're locked in over, like, and they're talking back and forth, and it cuts it out of the ship, and you see a Covenant ship pop in from whatever, and there's a fight.
I don't know how.
It's Harvest. That's the Harvest incident. You start right there.
I don't know how I missed this. I have no idea how I missed this. And this actually, my mind is now aglow and is blown away by the fact that I missed this so obvious comparison.
What?
Darth fucking Vader wears his helmet for the entirety of 4, 5, and 6 and comes across as both menacing, concerned, combative, every gamut of emotions in the just. And you know what's even better? What's even better is that's not James fucking Earl Jones in the suit.
No,
It's not at all. And you know what? They managed to somehow make the character in the suit emote and maneuver and use emotives.
You know what they're going to say, though?
What?
At the end
Of episode 6, he takes off his helmet?
Yeah.
And it was what kind of deal?
Well, he was dying.
He was dying. And what was happening? But at that moment,
take it off. I want to see you with my eyes.
It was such a freaking moment.
Right.
That is iconic in the Star Wars canon. It's iconic. And you know what's not iconic? Pablo fucking Schreiber taking off his damn suit every 3 seconds so he can show off his freaking chest and his face. Dude, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to all the girls out there. I don't understand it. I can't wrap my brain around this. I just cannot. He's not cute. The end. I'm not cute. I know I'm not cute. I can easily judge another man. Not cute. Pablo Schreiber, not cute. Brad Pitt, cute. George Clooney, cute. Christian Bale, not really cute. Like, it's not hard. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Done. 5 guys right there just judged. Because
5 guys.
Pablo Schreiber is not cute. He looks like a bootleg John Bernthal.
I was going to say, well, I was going to say the Wish version of his relative Liv.
Wish version of Liv Schreiber. Pablo Schreiber's what happens when you order Liv Schreiber on Wish. Absolutely just unconscionable for him to take a stand like that and then say, oh, there's no point in discussing it. Well, then I got an idea, bro. Stop discussing it. If you don't want us to talk about it, then shut up. Because all we're going to do, we will, I promise you, we will stop discussing it. It will happen. Everybody will just let it go. And your show nobody will watch it.
Nobody will watch it.
And you're going to go, oh, it's clear. And thankfully, it's going to sound terrible, but thankfully he's white. So you can't be like, oh, people just don't, they're just not ready for a gay friggin' Asian black guy. Like, like, thankfully that can't be used as an excuse. So now it's just your show is trash and we all know it's trash and nobody's going to yell at us and YouTube's not going to ban us.
Right.
Thank God.
But he did say, he did have a problem with the same thing a lot of other.
Oh, the sex scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least, he understands that aspect of it.
Sure.
But he's calling this season, he says it's darker, it's more dangerous, more stunt action sequences, all of that other fun stuff. And that the new showrunner is a more gifted writer with better dialogue. And I don't know how, I
don't recall the dialogue being all that bad in the first season. It wasn't great.
But I'm trying to figure out the last line that they say here is he puts words in the mouth that feel more appropriate to the character. He's putting things in your mouth.
Specifically words. But,
yeah.
But they do feel more appropriate for the character. Oh, are the words helmet? Helmet. That's the only word I want to hear come out of your mouth. I'm putting the helmet back on. That would be the best line that was ever spoken. I'm never going to take this helmet off again. That's perfect. I love it. Do that.
Or get a showrunner who loves Halo.
Yeah, that
and
works
knows
too.
how to figure because if it was me and if I had any say at Paramount Plus, it would be let's just go back to square one.
Yeah.
Let's do Harvest. The fall, the Harvest incident. Let's do this. Let's do that. Now that we built up a WTF, what are these things attacking us from deep space?
Yeah.
Make it a mystery. Don't put in some weird human sympathizer lady thing that wants to be a monster, but
also
is
give me a better Cortana.
You're 100 pounds. supposed to be a badass. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe
Anywho,
maybe Pablo Schreiber dies this season. Maybe that's why it's maybe he gets his face completely mangled and that's why he has to put the mask back on. Look, dude, I just wrote the mask back on for you. You get your face completely mangled. It's like, oh, John 117 will never be the same. He wears the mask because he doesn't want. Yeah, perfect. Love it. Let's do that.
make him Deadpool.
On that note,
Yes, on that note, we are going to get off here. We'll see you in the next episode. I'm Topher,
I'm Crazy Chris.
and we'll see you later.
Peace.